Today, we're going to talk about how a tool you probably use every day is quietly becoming something, well, something much, much bigger. We're talking about the ChatGPT operating system.
All right, so think about this for a second. We all know ChatGPT, right? It's that chatbot you go to when you need to write an email or settle a debate. But what if that's not the end game? What if its real goal isn't just to be another app on your screen, but to be the screen?
Because honestly, all the signs are pointing in that direction. OpenAI is putting together the puzzle pieces. You've got browsing, shopping, even your work tools, and they're layering them all on top of ChatGPT. It's becoming this foundational platform for, well, pretty much everything you do online. It's basically a brand new kind of operating system, an AI OS.
So let's break this down. First up, the browser. This is probably the most obvious piece of the whole puzzle. Now, it's not a separate app you can download, at least not yet, but what OpenAI is doing is building all the features of a totally new AI-first browser. This is going to completely change how we surf the web.
And this is a huge, huge shift. Think about your browser history right now. It's just a long, kind of useless list of links, right? But an AI browser, it would have a memory. It would actually understand the point of what you were doing. So imagine this. Instead of losing your train of thought every time you open a new tab, the AI just gets it. The context follows you from page to page. No more endless copy and pasting. It's just there, ready to help. The magic behind this would be something we can call browser memories. And this isn't just about remembering websites you visited. No, it's about remembering what you are trying to do, your intent. This means you could ask it questions in plain English, like, hey, pull up all those job postings I was looking at last week. Your browser stops being a dumb tool and starts being a real assistant that actually understands your long-term goal.
You know, this idea isn't even brand new. Mark Andreessen said years ago that the browser is the new operating system. But now, with AI like this baked right into the core, well, that prediction is finally, literally coming true.
Okay, so that's the browser. The next big piece of this AI operating system, it's all about shopping. Yeah, commerce. ChatGPT isn't just a search engine anymore, it's becoming a storefront where you can buy stuff right inside the chat window. And the scale here, it's just mind-boggling. We're talking 700 million people using this thing every week. That is a massive ready-made customer base. OpenAI is basically turning ChatGPT into one of the biggest digital malls on the planet overnight. But the real game changer is how ridiculously easy it is. They're calling it an instant checkout flow. You just type what you want. I'm looking for a handmade leather wallet. Boom. ChatGPT pulls up options from places like Etsy or Shopify, and you just tap buy. That's it. If you're a subscriber, your payment info is already there. No new tabs, no fumbling with checkout forms on some clunky website. It's a straight shot from I want this to it's on its way.
All right, so we've got browsing, we've got shopping, but this new OS is also coming for your day job. This isn't just a personal gadget anymore. It's getting plugged directly into how businesses work. They're rolling out these new connectors that let ChatGPT securely link up with all your company's internal stuff. So think about it. You can just ask it to summarize the important points from a Slack channel you missed, or find that one specific file buried somewhere in Google Drive or SharePoint. And it's all secure. It respects all the permissions you already have. It's like this smart layer that finally connects all the different apps your team uses. Now, for the coders out there, it gets even wilder. With this new model, GPT 5.2 Codex, OpenAI is pushing for something they call Agentic coding. It's a fancy word, but all it really means is that the AI can act on its own, like an agent. So we're not just talking about it suggesting the next line of code anymore. No, this is about giving it a whole complex project and letting it run, figuring out the steps by itself.
And the numbers back this up. The performance leap is huge. On tests that simulate real, messy software development problems, this new model is way better. This is the difference between having a helpful coding assistant, a co-pilot, and having a true AI teammate that can actually tackle big, complicated jobs on its own with you just supervising.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. We've got the browser, the shopping, the work tools. When you put it all together, what are we really looking at? We're looking at a fundamental change in how we use computers. We're moving away from a world of clicking on icons and menus and into a world where you just say what you want. And this quote from William Craig just hits the nail on the head. He talks about AI collapsing the buyer journey. Think about how you used to buy something. You'd search on Google, then you'd go to a blog to read reviews, then you'd finally go to a store's website to buy it.
3, 4, 5 different steps. The AI OS just squishes all of that down into one single channel. And this isn't just theory, it's having a massive impact right now. A recent study showed that AI search is already cutting down the number of clicks to websites by almost 35%. I mean, it makes sense, right? If the AI can just give you the answer or get you the product, why would you need to click another link? The need just evaporates. We are literally watching the internet get rewired right before our eyes.
So all of this brings us to one final really big question. The entire internet we grew up with was built on clicks and web pages and apps. This new world is being built on just talking, on just stating your intent. So when your personal AI operating system can do literally anything you ask, what are you going to ask it to do?